Communication transcripts between the cockpit of flight MH370 and the control tower in Kuala Lumpur have shed light on the final minutes leading up to the jetliner's disappearance. This comes as Australian search efforts were bolstered as part of the massive operation to find any sign of debris. Simon Boda has the latest developments.
The men and women tasked with spearheading an ocean search, the world is watching. The pilots and crews of the squadron of military aircraft, which is now methodically searching a vast expanse of ocean for wreckage of the MH370.
Watching with great interest and wish you well with it.
Very remote spot.
The world's media has descended on RAAF Pierce, the Perth airfield, which has become the search headquarters. Deputy PM Warren Truss forced to field questions about whether hopes were raised too soon.
The Prime Minister's statement in the Parliament was correct, that this was a discovery of interest.
Weather conditions were favourable for a full-day search yesterday, but no trace was found.
Compared to what we saw yesterday, the visibility was great. We had, better than 10 kilometres visibility. There was no rain in the area. We had really good opportunity, I think, to see anything visual out there.
As night fell, more search crews returned to base.
We just landed from an 11-hour mission out to the search area. It's unfortunate to say that we haven't found anything out there.
But weather forecasts don't look good for much longer. And today, transcripts of the MH370 pilot's communications emerged. The final 54 minutes of conversations between the co-pilot and the control tower. It's mostly routine, except for two moments that have aviation experts puzzled. At 1:07 a.m, half an hour after takeoff from Kuala Lumpur, the co-pilot radioed in saying the plane was flying at 35,000 feet. But just 6 minutes earlier, the control tower had received the exact same message. Also at 1:07, the jet's signalling device sent its final communication before it was disabled, apparently on purpose. 12 minutes later, the co-pilot spoke those final words, "All right, good night." The search task is daunting by anyone's measure. Today, 36,000 square kilometres, a remote and desolate expanse of the southern Indian Ocean, 2,500 kilometres southwest of Perth. And these grainy satellite images of what may be plane wreckage is what's drawn them here. 3 RAAF P3 Orions, a US Navy P8 Poseidon and another P3 from New Zealand are now being joined by 2 aircraft from China as well as another 2 from Japan. Flight time to the search area is 4 hours, giving flight crews about 2 hours actual search time before they have to return to base to refuel.
You need to be low, you need to be close, and you need to be there as long as you can.
HMAS Success was expected to reach the area this afternoon. She'll soon be joined by 3 Chinese warships. 2 merchant vessels are already in the zone. Search coordinators know time is critical. Currents, the ocean's volatile nature and looming bad weather make for what appears to be an all but impossible mission.
We've had a lot of aircraft out over the last 48 hours. So far, as I said, because of the weather conditions, there's been no possibility for a visual on this debris.
At RAAF Pierce, Simon Boda, 9 News.
As the search intensifies in the Southern Ocean, the families of Flight 370 are still desperately waiting for news. Many have gathered in Kuala Lumpur, where the Malaysian authorities are being forced to defend their handling of the crisis. And Kerry Axley is there.
Thousands of messages scrawled across the prayer wall at Kuala Lumpur Airport. Some defending the Malaysian government against claims it's been overwhelmed by the crisis.
I just hope that everybody all around the world just be patient, just bear with us. We also want the flight to come back.
Upset by what they feel is unfair coverage by the foreign press.
As a Malaysian, we are a bit disappointed from what they have commented upon us, as if we hide certain information, certain facts that we didn't disclose to them.
But according to experts, there's been one mistake after another.
There are sort of 3 Ds that you don't do. You don't drip feed information in a crisis, you don't delay it, and you don't deny it. They've even denied statements that were made earlier. There should be, in fact, almost 3 Cs: clear, concise and caring.
Yes, it is a challenge. but we are using every possible asset and equipment that is available to the world out there to locate the aircraft.
2 weeks ago today, MH370 left this airport. Since then, families of the missing have repeatedly voiced their frustration with the Malaysian government's handling of the investigation. Their anger, at times, reaching boiling point.
Since I arrived, there has been no accurate information.
Their agonising wait continues. Jackie Gonzalez's husband is the chief steward on Flight 370.
I call him on the phone, I send him SMSs, hoping that he would reply.
His family keep this candle burning, hoping somehow he'll make it home. In Kuala Lumpur, Kerry Yaxley, 9 News.
And Laura Turner joins us now live from Kuala Lumpur. And Laura, the Malaysian authorities have been forced to make yet another embarrassing backflip.
Good evening, Brett. Well, it appears to be so. About 5 days ago, the Malaysian government had said that the plane was carrying nothing dangerous in its cargo hold. Well, have now admitted it was carrying a number of these potentially explosive lithium-ion batteries, which have caused about 140 fires in flights in the past 20 years. Despite that, authorities insist that they were packed correctly on this particular flight. They're also facing pressure at the moment to answer the question as to whether the pilot made a last-minute mystery phone call from the cockpit. Brett?